As an admin, you're going to have access to templates, and this is where you can make your agents' lives much easier. So to get to your templates, you just click on this icon right here on your global navigation bar. As an admin, your template section is home to documents, task lists, clauses, workflows, loop templates, and document logos. So we'll just start at the top, make it nice and easy here. You have your document section. As an admin, you can create some folders, so a listing documents folder, purchase documents folder, and you can create these packets for your agents to grab quickly when they are creating a loop. This is also where if you receive PDF files and you need those files to be set up and made interactive for your agents to be able to use, that's when you're going to upload them to the DocSpot folder. And in your DocSpot folder, you can see I already have some PDFs uploaded here. If you needed to add documents, you could just click Add a Document and browse your computer. Then, if necessary, you can click the three dots out to the right of the document and choose Edit. That allows you to make any special requests on this document, let us know whether it's a optional or required document, and then click Save, and we'll take a look at those preferences before we set up your document. Once you have all of your documents loaded and you're ready for them to be set up, that's when you'll click on the three dots right up here to the right of New Folder and say Request Documents to be set up. And that will put your project now into a queue, and you will receive an email with a project number that you can refer back to if you have any questions, and will also give you the turnaround time on when your documents will be available. Once we have all of your documents set up, your DocSpot folder is going to be empty, and all of these documents will go into the master folder that's been set up for your brokerage. From there, you can copy the documents into the listing documents, purchase documents, wherever you need them to go, or they can simply live in the master folder. As a reminder, please do not delete anything from your master folder. If you delete it here, it will delete it in any other folders that you've put it into, so please do not delete documents from your master folder. Real quick, we'll go ahead and we'll create a folder. If your office is asking for maybe a short sale folder or an auction folder, or looks like we already have rental documents, you can just come right up here and click on New Folder. We'll go ahead and give our folder a name and click Create. Now we see that folder on the left and we see how empty it is. And we can add documents from our templates. We will use our master folder to grab any documents we need for this example. And you can use the search bar up here to search for that specific contract you need. And once you have this packet built out, go ahead and click Copy. And now you have that new folder that your agents were requesting. Now your agents can't see it yet. We don't want them to be able to see a half-completed folder here, so maybe you need to come back tomorrow and finish this, or maybe you want to open up the document and fill out the brokerage name on all of these. If you need to do that, we can just click right on the document, type in information that's always going to be the same, and click Save. From here, if the folder is ready to be used by all of our agents, we can click the three dots to the right of the folder and choose to share. That way they can now see this example folder and all of the work that you've put into it. But if you were just practicing creating folders, this is when I would come right down here and delete this folder. But we do not want to delete documents from our master folder. I just have to say it again. I don't want anybody to run into that and lose any documents. Beneath our document section, that's where you'll find tasks. And this is where you can build out task lists for admins, for agents, whoever needs a task list, so that'll be in the loop. And once it's in the loop, you can assign due dates and people to those tasks. And you can see some examples we have here, and I can just check through these as we go. And to create a new task list, you'll just come right up here to the top right, name your task list, and then come through here and you can type out those tasks. Now, just like our folders, our task lists also have these three dots out to the right. And those three dots allow you to rename the task list, delete, and also hide from team by default. Hide from team means that only admins will be able to see this task list. So that's perfect if you wanted to create like a compliance checklist that you didn't need agents to see. Only the admins would see it there. You can also lock and unlock task lists, meaning that as the admin, you've created this task list and you've locked it, and the agent can see the task list, but they cannot delete any tasks, add any tasks. It's only the admins that can do those things. So if you want to make sure they can't delete any tasks, they see the whole task list, you can go ahead and lock that. Let's see if we can find one that's not locked. And it'll say lock by default. In this one, we have the opportunity to unlock since it's already locked. But I'm going to go ahead and delete this example checklist. Beneath our tasks, that's where you'll find clauses. And these are clauses that maybe come from the board, the association, the brokerage, and all your agents have to do is open up a document and start typing appraisal, backup, seller, and it will suggest these clauses for them to complete the thought, and then they can get rid of these blank spaces and fill in whatever needs to go there. You can also get creative and just think about something your agents have to type all the time. Maybe it's not like a real clause. It could be the office address, the office ID number, the broker's name, anything like that. You can make that a clause, and that will help them save time when they're filling out documents. And when you create this new clause and click add, you will want to click the 3 dots and share that out to your agents, just like you need to share those document sets once they're ready. Okay, we'll keep on working down our list here. Next up, we have workflows. We're not going to spend a lot of time here because your success manager is going to have these ready to go once you log into your dotloop account. So you're going to have these different workflows and review stages available to you. Now, what you may want to do once you have your workflows in here is set up notifications. Because depending on how large or small your office is, there may be certain people that take care of buying loops. There may be certain people that take care of listing loops. So if you know that admin 1 is going to be reviewing all of those buying loops, you can make sure that when a loop changes to buying documents need review, you can click on these 3 dots and set up notifications for that, meaning that Amy and Anna are going to be the people that receive notifications for that, not every single admin in the office. And we can just check those 2 off, and that will uncheck notify immediate admins and click save. And then we can come down here to listing review, and when listing documents need review, we can click these 3 dots out to the right and make sure that David and Dana are the ones that get notifications for that, and click save. So setting up those notifications so not everyone is getting the same emails will help streamline and keep everyone on track on what loops exactly they need to review. So just to break this down one more time, you have your workflows over here to the left. When you click on a workflow, you can see the review stages within that workflow, and then over to the right, you can set up a notification for each review stage that the folder may go through. Now, we're not going to talk about document logos, so I'm going to end this template section with loop templates. And I like the way that we have our template section set up because essentially a loop template is a combination of documents, task list, workflows, people, customized view details fields all in one place, and it eliminates so many clicks for your agents when they're creating a loop. So let's just break down this residential listing transaction loop template that's already built out. So as an admin, if I wanted to create a loop template, I would just click on new loop template and I would give it a name. Residential listing transaction is what this one is named. Then I can add folders. So I already know what my agents need for these listing documents. And when they submit for review, I want to make sure that it goes into listing review. So we've already eliminated the agent's need to add listing documents and select a folder type when they submit for review. Next up, I want to make sure that they have everything for every single step of the way. So I have a contract documents folder where they can upload the offers that they receive and replace the ones that we have here. And then I have an empty closing documents folder. And I know both of these need to go into contract review when the agents submit these documents for review. If we keep on moving down, we see our people section. And at this point, I only need the admin automatically added to the loop. But anyone in your office that also needs to be automatically added to the loop that's not already underneath the admin umbrella, you can add those people and they will be added as soon as an agent applies this loop template. Beyond that, you can add your task templates to loop templates, and I can see that the front desk listing checklist is ready to go, and the closing checklist, and a seller's checklist here. So you can add as many as you need to. We'll keep on scrolling, and you see a section where you can add specific roles. dotloop is already set up for your real estate needs, so ideally every single role is going to be there already if this is your typical real estate transaction. But if there's something unique about your office, your area, if maybe you're not working real estate, maybe you're doing something else with dotloop, you can add specific roles to this loop template. The example we always use is if a car dealership was using dotloop, maybe they need to add a role for salesperson, and then they need to add a role for front desk, and then for billing. Anything like that, you could add those roles. And if we keep with that car dealership example, it also works for these loop fields. And again, dotloop is already set up for real estate, so we already have all of the fields that you need to fill out and autofill documents. But if you need to add additional loop fields or remove some because they're not applicable to your office or to your area, you can do that here. And we can add a section and we'll call it car details. We can open up that section and add a field and we'll call it make, add field model. We can change the answer to be a text field, date, drop down, or checkbox. And we'll do a drop down here. And then you can add values. We have our two drop downs here. And you can just add those fields as you go. So you will add a section, and from that section you can then add fields to that section. And you can make it just a text field, a checkbox, a drop down, whatever you need, whatever makes sense for that field. And then down here at the bottom, this is where you will select the transaction type. So is it a listing for sale, lease, purchase? And this will automatically put that agent's loop into the transaction type, making it easier for them to filter on their home page. Once you're finished with your loop template, go ahead and click save. Now, just a piece of advice here, come down and click save as much as possible when you are creating your loop template. That way you don't lose any work. I know the save is all the way at the bottom, but just run down here and click save as you're creating, because you're going to be putting a lot of really great work into this loop template. And also, once you click save, if you've created any loop fields, like I did with this car detail section, now that you've created customized loop fields, you can now go to your template section. We're in our template section. You can now go to your document section, open up one of your templates in your master folder, and you can label the field with that new view details field. And what I mean is, if I click on this text field, right now it's set to autofill with all buyers, but I can click on that, search for car details, and I can make this autofill with the make of the car or the model, as an example. So once you add those custom fields in the loop details section, you can then label text fields with that and have all that information autofill. And let's click save and back out of this document.